Hello and welcome back to Rue Valley. We are in loop number 9 and we have a lot of info now. We know about Uncle Frank, the non-repeating guy. Now, when we say non-repeating, we mean that his actions that happened in loop number 1 have not yet repeated. It doesn't necessarily mean that his actions in general do not repeat. It could be something we did that caused him to appear later. I don't entirely know. And we don't know that he's not just repeating from this point onwards and loop number 1 happened to be special. But we know that he is the only thing that has not looped exactly as it did in loop number 1. So, that's something that we need to figure out. We also know a lot about Robin. Robin is the receptionist. Her father, Ben, owns the motel. Her mother, Anita, owns the bar. And she has a bike card, which allows you to access a bike if you can somehow get it, and a master key card, which allows you to access all of the rooms if you can, again, somehow get it. Although, she needed to call her father about that, which makes me think that something's up with that key card. I think we could find out more from her if we were able to change our personality. But, yeah, we need to work on that a little bit. We know about Jason Burns. He's in room 5, he has a bloodstained shirt, and he has no Wi-Fi. We also know him as the Dumper. However, there's not really a lot we can do with him. I kind of assume once we know how to get access to the master key card, we can get access to a ton of different things if we need to, right? But for now, not a lot we can do there. We know about Riley. She's the person outside with the vending machine. She was raised, I think she said, by Ben and Anita. And she has to do mandatory psych here. She also has a brother, I think she said. So that could, in theory, be Frank. That could make sense. Like, if it's an older brother, he could be an uncle to Robin. That could be real. So, it's something to think about. We have Gideon Fink. He's our psychologist. He's also the guy on the screen next to us. And he works with Coral Destiny. We don't have a lot that we can do with that, but we know that that is him. Percy Rugger calls us every day from ulterior paralegals, which we don't entirely know what they're about, but they do give us some hints occasionally. He also seems to be a way for us to find out info, because we can ask about things like Coral Destiny, and he can look it up for us, because he still has internet. So that's interesting. We've heard the name Travis. Travis is a bartender at the Cupiter Belt, which is owned by Anita, who is Robin's mother. We also know a little bit about Robin's father, Ben, and I think that they said that they'd separated or something to that effect last time. The motel is running out of money, and we have his phone number. We can't use his phone number, but we have it, I assume. We also heard the name Elise Watson. She owns Coral Destiny. Beyond that, we only know she's eccentric. We have other info. We also know that north leads to a roadblock, which leads to a bar, which leads to a farm. This is a lot of info we have, right? The problem is, we have too much info. None of this is pointing us towards a path. What I want to be able to tell you when we start an episode is, we do this, we do this, we do this, we need to know this, right? But I have a ton of info, but no way to put it together yet. And that's what we need to find out today. So, let's go to our map and see what new stuff there is. We're not going to give up on Enter Frank's room. We haven't failed. We might feel like we've failed, but we haven't yet. Controlling lady with a big hat. Now, I think that she is Anita. I think that would make a lot of sense. And the unlocked fancy sports car. I don't think I want to use my inspiration for this yet, because I don't think I need to steal that. Just see if we've got anything else here. Yeah, owner of the bar, Ben. Anything else that's further away? No. Okay, wait, it says that that we can still give up on this. No. So, what are we going to do right now? I think the only thing that makes sense for us to do right now, because it gives us information we don't have, is we should just drive south. I think that makes perfect sense to me. We're going to ignore everything else on this loop.
You open if I have to.
It doesn't matter, we're just going to go south. And see what's south, right? It's the only thing that makes sense for us here. Interesting. You've got go to Jupiter Belt, but I assume that just takes you north to the roadblock, right? Maybe we're going north. Let's see where this takes us. I'm assuming we get blocked at the roadblock. Ooh. Oh, phone's going. Oh, did I miss the phone call? I guess I did. Oh, and it takes you here. It does the walk as well. Okay, so it skips everything. That's interesting. Oh, she's just getting into the bar at 8:25. Okay. Go, 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 go. Travis? Best not to disturb them. Ah, okay, so if you can get here earlier, I think you're fine. Okay. That's interesting. So we haven't done anything on this loop. This is a useless loop. Let's walk down the road. Okay. This might be it for this loop. Yeah. But it told us what going to Jupiter's Belt does. Which it basically takes you there the quickest route you know. So I'm assuming that's going to be how the car works from now on. It's going to take you 2 places in the quickest route you know how to get there. Hey, we arrived! So you can make it to the farm with like 8 minutes to go. The K Family Ranch. Okay. Nothing over there. Let's just see if there's anything interactable. Nope. In here, there's a tire, or not tire, just a swing. I was going to say a tire swing, but obviously it's not a tire swing. It doesn't have a tire on it. Okay. Keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running, keep running. What's this? It's an outhouse. The K's have stopped tending their garden, to their garden. The shed is full of discarded tools. Okay. Well, that's fine. In here? Let's go in. Even here on the front porch, you can hear music blasting from somewhere inside the house. Someone's having the time of their lives. The door looks brand new, unlike the rest of this accumulation of crumbled stone and rotting wood that could have been called a house once. Still, there's no doorknob. Next to the door, you notice an ancient bell button held together by layers and layers of yellow duct tape. I'm going to try knocking. Nothing, of course. Can't hear you, or can you hear the blast of music from inside? Ring the bell? Surprisingly, it works. A large cowbell hanging above the door rings in unison with the electric one deep inside the house. But nothing happens. Surely no one inside could have heard you, not with the party raging somewhere in the house. It starts to look like no one will open this door except you. I'm going to ring the door again. Or ring the bell. Again, nothing. Try to open the door, perhaps it's unlocked. Wouldn't that be lucky? However, the wooden frame squeaks in protest and the door remains firmly shut. Okay. Break into the ranch house. Well, I don't have a reason to do that currently. It is the only thing I'm doing here, so you know what? Inspiration. Why don't you test your luck with the most obvious entrance point first, the door. Okay. I'm going to use my less fucked up shoulder to shove the door. Congratulations, it's now become your more fucked up shoulder. Luckily, the loop reset should fix that. Perhaps it's time to stop being diplomatic and use more forceful tactics. I'm going to push the door with my back. Well, it was worth a try. Enough of the pleasantries, let's bring this thing down. Kick the door. Feels like it moved a tiny bit, maybe. Kick it harder. Okay. The door definitely budges this time, accompanied by a faint splintering noise akin to kindling breaking. A wave of pain shooting through your leg suggests an alternative source of the sound. I have a hurt foot. Hard to walk, impossible to run. This is what happens when you brute force your way around. Your foot hurts that you've broken every bone in it and you've torn apart every muscle. You need to hit it harder. Hit it faster as well. Let it all out. Pain is temporary. Let's go. So there you are, kicking the door in the middle of a ruined house in the middle of nowhere. Why? I'm fulfilling my destiny. Destiny? Nah, it's your unwavering determination that makes you kick down doors time and time again. You won't achieve much from getting in though. Only a few minutes left until everything resets and then you'll have to break in again. Well, I may learn something. The loop won't change that. And then, what good is knowledge if you can't use it to change anything? It's not about that. It's just kick, feel the pain, repeat. And believe the next kick will somehow break the door. Hope that the next loop will somehow be the last. That's all you can do. Perhaps you're afraid to admit it's all hopeless because it would rid you of your only purpose to break free from the loop. Ridiculous, I just need to kick harder. Alright, no need to get angry. You'll kick the door down and you'll get out of the loop. I get it. You'll be back to your life, the one that brought you here in the first place. It'll be different. The loop has changed me. Yes, the loop has given you a clear purpose for the first time in years. Once it's over, though, once again there'll be nothing to fill the infinite void. Nevertheless, perhaps you hope the feeling of being given another chance will make things better. Go away and let me kick in peace. You want me to go away? Maybe ask the doctor for another purple pill then. You don't want to hear it, but eventually you'll start feeling the void again. And sooner or later, a moment of weakness will come and you'll trip into it once more. You might crawl out again. Even more than once. And each time you'll return to the starting point with a little less optimism and energy. Face it, even if you leave the loop will never leave you. No, I won't fall for the same thing again. Rage surges through you like a tsunami. You kick the door with every ounce of strength you have, even more than you knew you possessed. I'm in. Oh, wow. Okay. Wait. I did it. Okay. You have a way into the house, albeit not the fastest. In the best case scenario, you only have a few minutes to spend inside. Alright. Well, I appear to have broken into a house. Ooh. It's gotta be this one. The loud music is coming from behind this door. Someone is inside, probably headbanging to this rhythmical noise. I can't afford to knock. I have to open the door. Locked. Okay, I'm gonna knock. Nothing happens. Even if there is someone inside, they would never hear you knocking through all the loud music. Okay. Slam my hand hard on the door. The soft leather that covers the highly secured door muffles the sound, which becomes lost among the loud distortions of music coming from the other side. Your attempts are futile. Until the song is over, nobody inside will notice your presence. Let's take a peep through the keyhole. At first, your eye meets only whiteness, but then you catch a drawn shape, a hand with an erect middle finger. Okay, I will listen closely to the song and wait for it to finish. How long do I have? 2 minutes. Start knocking. Music stops and the next song doesn't start. Instead, you hear footsteps approaching the door.
What's the password for today?
The password is Spurs. There's only silence from the other side, followed by a jumble of clicking and unlocking sounds.
Hands up!
He points the cannon at you, his finger already on the trigger. But before you get a chance to react, you're interrupted by a familiar sound, followed by streaks of red light tearing through the small openings in the otherwise very secure house. If you really want to have any interaction with this guy, you'll have to come here before this loud song begins. Alright. Well, we have a new person. Metalhead.
Mr. Harrow?
So, Metalhead. And we need a password for him. And he's talking about someone called Pops. Whoever Pops is. Anyway, carry on. The doctor takes off his glasses, freeing his bushy eyebrows. Also, we're in loop 10. Although loop 9 was not quite as useless as we thought it was originally. We achieved something. Actually, I don't have any questions. Let's leave. Alright. Gained a new memory, the incident. Metalhead from the ranch house. Alright. Interesting. The door slides shut slowly, so slowly, and the world narrows into this metal box. You had to leave the apartment and go down to the corner store, as you haven't eaten all day. The tiny cabin amplifies the fact you haven't showered in a week. Oh, we're learning more about what happened before. Interesting. Okay. Yes, it's disgusting, but there's just no time for any of it. You have to finish the article. Deadline was impossible from the start, but you took it anyway because it's good money, meaning you could maybe finally work on your own script next month and prove to everyone you are still an artist, not just a content mill, soon to be replaced by AI. Oh, so I'm going to put a new name down on our list of interesting names. Eugene, as in Eugene Harrow, who is us. So we are I was going to say journalist, but I feel journalist is too much. We are a news article creator. News article creator / scriptwriter. Okay. Well, we'll see how that goes for us. I've been telling myself that I'll work on my script next month for years. The elevator begins its descent, but then stops abruptly just one floor below. Mrs. Gable's floor. Okay. She'd brought you soup when you first moved in, and you'd seen her in the hall last week, but pretended you were on the phone, just to avoid the concern in her eyes. You couldn't handle the kindness. You didn't bring the phone this time, though, as you only planned a quick visit to the store. The door doesn't open on her floor anyway. Instead, the elevator changes its mind and starts going up. Upon reaching your floor again, it halts and immediately heads back down, the door never opening. What kind of sorcery is this? At Mrs. Gable's floor, the elevator reverses course once again. Without your phone, there's only one option. Panic? Not yet. Try the emergency call button first. Alright. You expect a call with somebody, but instead a recorded static-filled voice announces that maintenance was notified of elevator malfunction and will be there within an hour. An hour? The deadline is in 3! And the article is still a mess. A salad of words you'd written and deleted 12 times, every word a testament to your incompetence, every sentence a fraud's confession. But it was not always like this. You had more than enough shining moments during your diverse content writer career, remember? They're calling him a content writer. Alright, well, I will change it then. Content writer. He is no longer news article creator, he is content writer. Okay, what else did I do? So did I do a poignant copy for a celebrated minimalist ad campaign for a foreign stationery brand? Hundreds of authentic 5-star reviews for a luxury hotel chain that systematically suppresses guest complaints. The entire launch campaign from blog posts to social media for the now iconic Numb Night, which back then was still known as Numb Night. A fabricated profile of reclusive film auteur that became the definitive piece on their creative process. Or a deeply researched product launch white paper for a now ubiquitous tech startup. Definitely the tech startup thing. A long-form investigative piece on the hidden art of watchmaking for a prestigious men's magazine that won a minor industry award. Ooh, okay, we got more stuff we can say. Ghostwriting a CEO's thought leadership columns that was syndicated across 3 major business platforms. A series of immersive travelogues on the vanishing Ironwave clubs of Grey City for a cultural website. The witty and incisive weekly column on urban loneliness for a popular online magazine that developed a cult following. Rebranding a game about isolation and existential dread as a light-hearted comedy about personal flaws using a meme-fueled campaign. Little meta. Authoring technical documentation for a subscription service known for its intentionally confusing cancellation process. Let's go for ghostwriting a CEO's thought leadership column. A series on elevator safety for an engineering digest that was later cited in a national safety guideline. Elevator safety, that's it, I know how to fix this. Right, the gig was from years back, but you researched it like a pro. You still know how it works. There should be wiring behind the interior access panel. If you access it, you may be able to manually reset the elevator. Let's jam my apartment key into the edge of the control panel. The plastic creaks, then splinters. The panel swings open, revealing a tangle of delicate wires, blue and green, carrying this disturbed machine's life current. Let's slice through the green and blue wires of my apartment key. That sounds dangerous. The wires offer no resistance, as if made from silk. The elevator stops, and for a single weightless second, you feel like a winner. But a red light on the panel starts flashing, followed by sharp piercing alarms. The machine is not crying for help, but announcing to the world, here he is, inside me, a vandal, a weirdo, a terrorist. Panic begins to coil in your gut. The hunger, the alarm, the deadline, the guilt, the claustrophobic walls pressing in. You have to get out. Now. Find the main power cables and tear them to silence the machine. You know exactly where to look. Your eyes lock onto the thick insulated cables. You jam your key against the ancient black sheath of the main power cable, heaving and twisting with all your might. It takes some effort, but the already damaged insulation soon tears with a rubbery shriek, exposing the heavy copper within. Don't stop until it's dead. You grind the key, mashing the live wires together. A torrent of sparks erupts, a fountain of angry, spitting gold, scalding your hands and raining down on your clothes, smelling of burnt metal and silent thunder. The shredded insulation, now a blackened melting wounds, begins to smoke. The toxic smell of charred plastic fills your lungs. A flame appears on the shredded insulation and begins to climb. The main building fire alarm soon joins the chorus, a deep, roaring wail. The cabin becomes an oven. As your pores open, a stale stench permeates the air and you remember again that you haven't showered in a week. The smoke thickens into a solid, choking blackness. Your head spins, the world tilting on its axis as your lungs scream for clean air. The last thing you register is a rhythmic pounding against the door and a garbled shout. "We have a man in here. He needs assistance." I see. So, we hadn't showered in a week. We had gone slightly crazy. We had a deadline coming up. And then, all of a sudden, the elevator stopped working and we went into the wires and started ripping them apart with a key. I see. I see. So that's why they thought we might need a psych evaluation. You built a wall in your mind, brick by brick, to keep the elevator incident buried. But now the memory has shattered its way back to the surface, bringing with it the suffocating panic and acrid smell of smoke you swore you'd forgotten. Dr. Fink's analysis of your dream was the key. His words recontextualized your entire breakdown. The pattern is now blindingly obvious, and you're left wondering how you ever mistook this deliberate self-sabotage for an accident. Ah. Okay. But this is not necessarily like the thing that got us to come here, though. It's something in our memory, But we mentioned something that happened on a New Year's Eve, and that didn't have anything to do with New Year's Eve. Huh. Okay. Well,
Give me my coffee, you jerk!
I guess we'll do what we're gonna do. Let's go south. Oh, and you can go straight to K Ranch, so you can get there as soon as possible. Alright, that's cool. So it is worth going to a location, just so you can unlock the quick routes to them. Let's go south. I have no idea where south is going to take us, but let's go south. So, ooh, we're somewhere. Or some kind of gas station. Okay. Just seeing what the bounds of this area are before I go anywhere else. Yeah, so we can't go over there. How far down does it go here? Goes to here. Okay. There's a bench here as well if we want to wait at this area. Which I assume is going to be somewhere like that in pretty much every area, so you can sit and wait and see what's happening. It's overflowing, but it wants more. These are some very expensive wheels. Alright, well. Something over here. Nothing we can actually interact with, though. Well, let's go into the gas station, shall we? Oh, you know what I should do? Let's write this down. South. South leads to gas station. Okay. That's useful information. I don't know if we need gas, but it's useful information. Ooh. Okay, they got computers and things. Let's start with this. In front of you is a plain old-school poster showing a tiny cat clinging to a narrow branch, paws barely hanging on. Below that precarious feline, the words, "Hang in there," convey a straightforward message of encouragement in heavy block letters. Interesting. I haven't seen a motivational poster like this in ages. They come and go. One decade they're nostalgia quiche, the next they're everywhere again. Rinse, repeat. Who put this poster here anyway, and why here of all places? There must be a story behind it. It's one of those secrets waiting to be unlocked, and every revelation only draws you in deeper. Even if the answers never come, just searching for them can fuel you with a certain energy. Alright. Guilt-ridden. Kitty, I'm sorry I ever doubted you. The cat looks like the type that will forgive most anyone, at least most of the time. Alright, Kitty, I'll hang in there. For a moment, you'd swear the cat winks back, only for reality to remind you it's just your imagination. Alright. Well, now I've looked at the poster. Hello. She's holding a phone to her ear.
Alex, fucking finally, I thought you'd never pick up. You must be the last person on this earth to still use a landline. I know cell phones are a security risk. Listen, can you check on Dad, please, just to make sure he's okay? I called him, but he doesn't answer.
Could Alex be the metalhead? Interesting. I'm just going to put the word Alex next to him and we'll just see.
Yeah, I know, but...
Her jaw tightens while she listens.
Well, I'm sorry that our father's well-being is such a pebble in a boot of your precious work.
Before she answers again, you can already see she's going to start yelling.
'Cause I have a job. I do real work that pays bills and food for you and Walter while you're playing spy in your little bunker.
That's interesting. I don't think it's the metalhead anymore, but we now have Alex and Walter. She shakes her head in frustration and continues in a calmer tone.
Come on, just check on him, please. He's your father, too. Right. Thanks, Alex. Call me later.
Max Gas
Yeah,
Lady.
bye-bye.
Alright. You think perhaps we could talk to her? Though she meets your gaze, the woman chews on something viciously for a few moments before she acknowledges your existence.
Welcome to Max Gas. You need some help getting gas in that city car of yours, or you want something else? We got no booze, mind you.
Well, how do you know what I'm driving? You hear her finger tapping against thick glass.
The station's secured with cameras. You got a problem with that?
Okay, that wasn't a good start. Hi, I'm Eugene.
Maxine K.
Alright, Maxine, your name is being written down. Maxine K. And we know even more about her. We know that there's something to do with Alex, who I assume is her brother. Or at least half-brother, something like that. And then Walter, who is in some way related but could just be a friend. Who knows? She accepts your handshake, and her grip is stronger than a hydraulic press.
And before you ask, yeah, I named the station after myself, Max Gas.
Oh, so she owns it, I'm assuming. Oh, owns gas station. Okay. I get the joke. You want your customers to get max gas.
To be honest with you, I didn't give that much thought to it. The name just made sense to me. I wanted to have something of my own, and I wanted it to be known.
Why don't name it after your last name, K-Gas?
This little piece of former Apex or shit shack, it could never bear the K name.
Oh. So this used to be Apex Ore. Oh, okay, so that's important because Apex Ore was who Jason Burns worked for. Alright.
I reckon this might look strange to you, but my family used to own this whole place from the mountains and the source of the River Rue to the canyon that goes to Gray City. But the only thing that's left out of all is the ranch house up north.
Oh. Okay, so no, she is connected to the Metalhead. Alright. That's interesting. So she's connected to the Metalhead. But how is she connected? Like, who is he?
And from the whole large family, the only ones that's still alive are Pops, Alex, and me.
Okay, so Walter is definitely a friend. Okay, so that must be Alex. So Alex is the Metalhead. Okay. Interesting. Well, at least you still have a family.
To be honest, I don't know if that's a blessing or a curse right now. You didn't come here to listen to me rambling about the sad history and state of the K family. What can I do you for?
No, please do continue with your ramblings about your family's history. This brought a thin, transient smile.
Well, my great-grandpops came to this land some 130-odd years ago with nothing but a herd of cattle and a desire to make a name for himself. Maynard K was his name.
Okay, so that's great-grandpops? Okay, so I'm getting a whole family tree here. Great-grand-pops. So, and his name was Maynard. Maynard.
Slowly, with hard work and a lot of sweat and blood, he purchased the whole valley from the state. Made it his own. Our family filled its coffers and prospered and built a magnificent ranch manor house.
Why do I sense a button there?
'Cause every good story has one, I guess. Anywho, but the butt of this tale is the industrialization of food production. It became much more profitable to cram as much cows as you can into concrete and metal boxes, make them live in their own shit, and pump them full of antibiotics. I even heard the poor things are forced to eat their own dead.
Alright. Let's just go for... Wait, what? Cows are eating cows?
Yeah, the feeble and the dead get ground up into powder, which they mix up with regular cow chow. Cannibalism on the side. This increases the calorie intake and reduces costs. That's how the story goes. Well, anywho, my grandpops Philip tried to persuade great-grandpops Maynard to modernize, to follow the new direction money could have taken him. They had an offer to make a co-op with General Meats.
Okay, so Grandpops is Philip. Okay, I'm getting a ton of names. Keep going.
Maynard refused over and over again, and that caused some bad blood between the two.
He was in the right. You have to stick to what you know. We never change, and that's part of our problem.
That was kind of the point, you know. If they industrialized the cows, Maynard would lose both the only thing he knew how to do and his way of life. So, Kays kept on doing as Kays ever did, herding through the whole valley. But the industrials were making more cheap meat over flooding the market, and eventually that choked the family business dead. And as his business was dying, Maynard died. I'm just grateful he bit the dust before all he built with his own 2 hands fell to nothing.
So the business fell apart after his death?
Yes and no. When Maynard died, there wasn't a whole lot left. Philip always claimed the old man died out of spite, but I think he died from a broken heart. Still, he tried to rally the family, to industrialize, but it was too little too late. We were cornered out of the Gray City market by then. So, with no source of income, the family was forced to declare bankruptcy and sell the land back to the state at dirt cheap prices. And that was the end of us. Within 1 generation, rise and fall of the House of K.
Well, so corporate greed won, the story never changes.
Guess not.
Oh, we got a whole bunch of stuff that we can do here. Interesting. Oh, controlling lady with big hat is definitely Anita then, judging by 2. Let's start with, have you seen a guy wearing a red plaid shirt driving a blue tow truck?
Who, Frank? Yeah, he's the mechanic here. He's right there in his... What the...
Oh? 1, he's a mechanic, and 2, what the? As she turns to point towards the garage, her eyes widen and she stops mid-sentence. Should he be here?
That's impossible.
He was right here, back in his garage, until just a while ago working on a car, like usual.
And there's only 1 road out of here. He couldn't have driven off without me seeing him.
No way.
I'm not crazy, I'm telling you. Hold on, I'll call him.
She reaches for her phone. Damn it, unavailable. Calm down, I'll find him.
Alright. If you do, tell him to call me, alright?
Okay, oh, I guess I should say mechanic at max gas. Also, he's not where he should be, which implies that he was there, probably at the start of the loop, and then maybe he's found a way of keeping his position from loop to loop. That'd be interesting. Can we talk about Anita?
Oh. You came to get her car? I expected that pal Travis, but,
Anita's car?
if that's the case, you came for nothing.
Why would Travis come instead of Anita?
She usually sends him. Like she doesn't want to have anything to do with us, like she divorced the whole valley instead of Ben.
Isn't Travis just working for her?
No. They've been together for a while. Years, I don't know.
Oh, okay, so Travis and Anita are a thing. Okay.
They live together and work in that fancy new eyesore of a bar.
So about that car.
What about the car?
Anita's car is here? She gives you a look like you're strange.
Yeah. Frank towed it this morning. It's sitting in the garage, and I reckon it's gonna stay there for a long time.
Uh-huh. So what happened to the car anyway?
Anita drove to Bothwood, probably to do some errand for a fancy place up there. But her car broke down and she had to call Frank. He is the only mechanic around here. And lo and behold, her car is here to stay for a while. Or forever.
So why did I come for nothing?
Because Frank, pal. If I was bleeding on the floor right here, right now, I wouldn't count on him to help me.
Ooh.
That car is not fixed, and who knows when it will be. Will it be fixed? So, yeah, Travis can come, you can come, Anita herself can come herself. Doesn't matter, waste of time.
Is that bad, huh?
Not as bad as what happened between those two during the ride.
What happened during the ride?
Don't know about the details, but when they arrived, Anita left his truck red in the face. Didn't even say bye.
So, Frank had an argument with Anita before the loop. Okay. That's interesting. Huh.
Frank was pissed all right, smoking 2 cigarettes at once, cursing like a sailor, left immediately after. Whatever they were talking about, it wasn't nice at all. They haven't fancied each other for some time now, you see.
Oh, wait a second. So Frank had a thing potentially with Anita? Oh, okay. We're getting some kind of weird love square. I would say triangle, but I feel like I'm getting too many pieces. So it seems that no one can get along with Anita, except Travis.
Her head is high and all, and she and her outsider deserve each other.
Travis is an outsider. Oh. Okay. That's interesting. Don't know what it's going to give us, but it's interesting.
Tell you what, I would have loved to be in that car like a fly on the wall during their ride here. It must have been a festival.
Ooh, that makes two of us.
Like two flies on a horse's tail.
She winks to you. All right then, thanks a bunch. She gives you a strange look.
You're welcome?
I'm trapped in a time loop. The only thing worse than the sudden stare she gave you is the excessive eye roll that followed.
Look, I ain't got no time for crazy. You either gonna buy something or move on. I'm getting enough of this shit at home.
Enough of this shit at home? You were saying stuff at home. She looks very annoyed. Maybe this wasn't such a great idea. You don't believe me.
Oh, it ain't that I don't believe you. I just don't give a shit about a rando stranger and his weird-ass ideas. The thing I do give a shit about is whether you're gonna buy something. So what's it gonna be?
No, seriously, I'm reliving the same 47 minutes over and over again.
Alright, listen now.
She leans on the counter and points her finger up the road outside.
Just follow this road north and you'll reach the motel. Ask there for Doc Fink and you'll be all settled.
Yep, very good.
Now either buy something or move on.
She thinks you're crazy. I get it. She nods and returns to her routine. Alright, well I'm going to wander around for a little bit and then leave. Alright, so now I can look at the car. Ooh. Anita's car, probably worth more than anything you've ever owned. Can't do anything with Anita's car yet, but it's here. Alright. Interesting. Well, I mean, the only thing for us to do is head south, right? Drive south. Get back in the car. 2 minutes till the best moment. The phone call with Percy Rugger. Oh, who's calling? Unknown number? Well, I better answer it.
Hello, sir. Am I speaking with Eugene Harrow?
Speaking.
My name is Percy Rugger, and I'm a senior sales executive at Ulterior Paralegal Exploits Consultancy. We'd like to offer our help regarding your case.
That sounds great, Mr. Rugger, but I have a question first, if I may.
But of course, Mr. Harrow. I'm here to answer any questions you might have. At your service, as they say.
Sorry, I need to hop on another call. Call you later? Oh, alright. Alright, where are we going? Where would the south go? A graveyard? What? Okay. Maybe it's a church. Maybe I shouldn't have just wrote graveyard, but, you know, whatever. This is creepy. Alright. Does rather appear to be a graveyard to me. Okay, with many different directions. You know what this is? This is a puzzle. And I don't know all the parts yet. Ooh, that's interesting. That looks kind of spacey. Kind of looks like, you know, Starfleet Federation logo going on there. Alright. Very fancy graves. But nothing else here. And I can't go anywhere else. Like, it doesn't move the camera. So, I guess I'm gonna head back. Huh. Alright. Interesting. Let's go left. What's this? Maynard K, the founder of Bothwood and the K Cattle Empire. Alright. So we know that Maynard K is in the graveyard. Alright. Well, that's interesting. Or at least his statue is. Her eyes instantly fall on the engraving Walter Philip K. May 16, 1941. With no date of death, this bronze sarcophagus has turned green with age and waiting to swallow Walter's body. So Walter is the father's name. Okay, so Walter is Pops. I see. Cool. At the center of the lid are a perfectly carved cowboy hat, a set of stirrups, and a repeating rifle. What's with the opulence? Those who were once rich and powerful but not anymore have to work extra hard to remind everyone of it, especially in the great unifier that is death. Okay. So he also has a graveyard connection, but he's not in the graveyard where he's not buried in the graveyard. Alright. You ever get the feeling like you're seeing the end of a puzzle, but you haven't quite, like, discovered how to start it yet? I'm just saying, it seems like that might be a relevant feeling for us right now. This is a large area you can run around in. Okay, so here's my prediction. At some point we're going to be told that there's a grave that looks a certain way, and we're going to have to find it, because there are all these very, very distinctive graves with all very distinctive looks. Although this one, I was going to say weirdly looks like just a very large bed, but I guess I was kind of thinking, I guess that is kind of what a grave would be, right? Just a very permanent bed. Alright, where does this go now? Oh. Drive north? I guess. Oh, you know what? Go to the motel. Sure, why not? Maybe I should have gone to the gas station, actually. Maybe that would have made more sense. As if I had gone to the gas station, I could have sat there till the end and saw whether anything happens. Alright, it doesn't take you very long to go through the locations, though, there. Wonder what happens if I come in now and say, hey, I'm looking for my key. Hello.
Are you ready to check in now, Mr. Harrow?
Yeah. Are you familiar with the woman with the big hat? She gives you a sideways glance, but whatever provoked it, she lets it slide for the moment.
Of course. That's my mom, Anita, with a double T, mind you. She hates it when someone misspells her name and always goes through the trouble of telling them in advance.
Uh-huh. Though she's trying to feel cheerful, you feel a dose of bitterness in her voice.
But I get why you didn't make a connection. We don't look alike, like, at all. Just the other day, I looked through some of the stuff she forgot here, and there was this camera. I saw Anita young, real young, and we looked nothing alike.
Who knows what secrets are hidden in there? Might be worth looking into, but Robin's certainly not going to tell you where they are.
No wonder, really. Everybody tells me I'm the spitting image of my dad.
Okay. What do you mean your mom left some things here? The more important unspoken question, where are they?
Yeah, there's a whole box of it down.
She suddenly stops, her lips pursed.
She forgot some of her stuff here when she left us. After the divorce, you know.
Uh-huh.
She's running that Kuiper Belt bar up the road with her new boyfriend Travis. But before, yeah, this was a family-run operation.
Oh, pardon, it's the Kuiper Belt. Alright.
Though it would be better to say she was running things and Dad just followed her orders. Oh man, Anita would never allow me to install the key cards.
I take it you don't like Travis.
Oh, no, Travis is a decent guy. My problem is with Anita. To be honest, I don't understand why she left us. I guess I never will.
But your dad stayed.
Ben, he's running the motel now, and I'm helping him. Which means this is still a family business, despite Anita walking out on us.
You're aware you've been calling your mom by her first name throughout our whole conversation.
Yeah, Dad tells me it's edgy. Look, I know it's stupid, but somehow I feel this need to hurt her a bit, and maybe calling her by her first name does that. Don't get me wrong, Mr. Harrow. She's my mom, and I'll always love her, but she decided to walk out on us. On me.
Though?
Mom still calls me every day, still pushes me to do the things she thinks are best for me, and I know she's pushing Dad the same way. She doesn't have the right to meddle in our lives so much, because everything changed.
A dark cloud ripples across her face and she closes her eyes. For just a moment her lips tighten, then her eyes open.
Is there anything I can do for you, Mr. Harrow? If not, I have some things to take care of.
Are these parts deserted or something? There's no traffic and hardly any people.
The place has literally never been more alive. You should have seen it like 10 years ago. A total ghost town. I mean, I could walk all the way down the main street of Bothwood in the middle of the day and see maybe 2 people, tops.
Oh, I would literally die from boredom.
You know, there were times when I felt exactly the same. The loneliness kind of gnaws at you. Slowly.
Until it gets you. She makes a silly face to show how it feels when it finally gets you.
I mean, when there's like 8 kids in your class, you don't get to choose who you hang out with. And it makes cheating on exams impossible, let me tell you.
She laughs.
Yeah, wasn't easy growing up in the valley. All that changed when Coral Destiny came here. It was like our ghost town was being raised from the dead by the magic of space money. Anyhow, Bothwood is still a small town, with a small town mentality. Most young people still leave as soon as they can.
Why?
Besides, more jobs, more stuff to see and do, no neighbors listening to your parents screaming at each other and generally sticking their noses into your life. None, I guess. But listen to me ramble on and on and on. Can I actually help you with something?
I'd like to get into my room.
All right then, let's get you into your room. So, number 6, the last one on the 2nd floor. Everything is ready for you. And this is your key card.
Oh my, is it not an old-fashioned key? I am so confused.
I knew it! Well, we've decided to modernize for a number of reasons.
Does it probably have something to do with losing keys?
Exactly! And it was exhausting! And my dad didn't like the cost of replacing so many locks.
So it made sense to implement electronic locks.
How did you know? Oh, so yes, it cost us a lot to implement, but now when a guest loses their key, we only need to replace a piece of programmable plastic. How great is that? It makes my life so much easier.
Wonderful.
So, here's your key card, and I'll need your signature here.
She puts the document on the counter. Sign it.
Thank you. I'm here if you need anything. Enjoy your stay.
Okay. You got anything else I can talk to you about?
How can I help you, Miss...
Nope. Alright. Well, okay. We got a lot of stuff. So, we got Maxine K. She has a brother, Alexander. Okay. Frank. We know a lot about Frank, but not a lot of useful stuff about Frank. Robin. We got a ton of little bits of information about Robin. We have Anita. We never actually asked, by the way, if she was if they were divorced. But we got the answer anyway, I guess, or we know the answer anyway. We have a ton of information on Anita. Okay. Search Anita's car. Ooh. And find Anita's old stuff. Let's do that. Okay. Your Ben's phone number. It's time to call him. We've only 2 minutes left. Okay. Call Ben. He might spill some Anita beans.
Yeah, hello?
Ben's voice is raspy and slowed down, like you've just woken him from deep hibernation. I have a couple of questions about Anita.
Yeah, well, I got more than a couple of answers, none of them good.
Something is wrong with this man, but what eludes you? Well... Sounds like me after 42 articles and 0 hours of sleep in 3 days. That mental disillusion is present, yes, but it's not quite that. He sounds wondrously wasted, so high on something that he's piercing the exosphere on his way into the void. It'd be hard to get any useful information out of him while he's still like this. Still, you have to try. The silence from the other side of the call is so long and profound that you're sure Ben has completely forgotten he's even talking to you.
Let's keep this short, please.
Well, we have to. We've only... Oh, actually, we've got 12 minutes left. We're fine. Well, that was even easier than expected. You didn't even have to assume a false identity. Why did you get divorced?
I think about that often.
Oh, yeah, he said he thinks about it often, but actually what he said is, I can't think about that now, not right now.
And the guessing answer is, I think I told her no one time too many. She never liked no's, you know.
From deep within, a weak, raspy sigh escapes him, barely rising before it falls apart. You feel as if your every question hooks him from somewhere deep underwater and brings him back to the surface. Was she always so controlling?
That's my Nita. Yeah. The more problems there are, the tighter she grips. It's nice talking to you, but I would really like to get to sleep, you know?
Anita is super pissed off tonight. Do you know why?
Yeah, she's angry at me, like always. She wanted out, but she still wants to push me like she's in. And I don't want to dance to her song anymore. It's nice talking to you, but I would really like to get to sleep, you know?
Is Anita pushing Robin to do her bidding?
Yeah, Nita's doing Nita things. Robin got my hard-headedness, so she's fine. It's nice talking to you, but I would really like to get to sleep, you know?
Thanks for your time.
Yeah, nice talk.
The line is dead, but you imagine Ben slinking back deep underwater. That was a weird call, especially as, like, it didn't match up with what it was saying. Alright, I'm going to call him again. Thinking about it, better wait for a new loop before calling him again. Oh. Alright then. Fine. We learn more about Anita, I guess. I should search Anita's car. I'm going to hold to commit that. Just an extra thing. Alright. Well, see ya. Well, I guess the fancy car must be Travis's, now that I think about it. That would make sense. Can I try and get into here again? Nope. Alright. I don't know if there is anything else to do with that. I've just refused to give up. We'll go back to... Well, just drive south, actually. Yeah, just drive south. That's fine. Okay, there's lightning. Actually don't know how long it takes us to get south. We so don't have time to search this car, but we're gonna attempt it. Alright. Straight across here, through max gas. Let's search this car. Try to open the door. It's locked. Really no surprises there. Nobody would leave this fancy beast all alone and unlocked. That's it? Wait, can I just give up now? No. Okay. I need an experienced criminal to show me the ropes, but there's probably a tutorial guide online. Maybe the person in here has the keys? Let's see. Hello. Goodbye. Okay. Well, I might as well just sit here till the end, right? There's not really anything else to do. Sit. Okay. Get up. You can't wait on this bench. Alright. Interesting. Well. You were gonna drive me south. Wonder if I can get to the graveyard before time runs out. I'm assuming the answer is not a hope. And boom.
Still with me, Mr. Harrow?
Yes, and I have a question. Of course, Mr. Harrow. Feel free to ask anything. Ooh. Anita or the incident? I think the incident is more important. Dr. Fink, I've come to realize that I have a pattern of ignoring problems until they become critical. He nods, clearly satisfied. I appreciate how you're opening up about this, Mr. Harrow. How long would you say this pattern has been governing your actions? Ooh, after my partner left me, it's been steadily evolving into something unbearable. I think it all started with my father being put into a nursing home. I was laid off and decided to become a freelancer as long as I remember, or since the incident. I say for as long as I remember. I see. And have you been aware of this tendency for a long time, or has this realization only recently surfaced? Well, actually I just realized it right now. Well, it's a significant realization, Mr. Harrow. We often walk through life with these patterns as our invisible companions, only recognizing their shape in a moment of clarity, often during times of heightened stress. Now, discovering this mechanism is the first and crucial step towards overcoming it, is a significant milestone, but on its own it's merely cognition, which is not enough for us to overcome it. To do that, we need willpower, and for that, in turn, we need hope. Otherwise, we remain stuck in a vicious loop of defeatism and apathy, feeding each other ad infinitum. The good news is you're not alone in having problems like these, and I've dealt with much worse cases during my career, so I know it is indeed possible for you to get better, but to move forward, I also need you to believe that's possible. He stops, exploring your expression. So, how do you feel about it, Mr. Harrow? Wait, is he really asking if you believe this lousy therapy can help you? Ooh, how are we gonna go with this one? I'm tempted dramatic, but I think every time we've had an option for nosy, we go for nosy, so it would really help me to hear about those much worse cases you've dealt with. Your curiosity is admirable, Mr. Harrow. Sharing specific cases may be valuable in some contexts, but I want to emphasize that every person's experience is unique. Let's focus on you. This is just one of my many problems. Hope would be a setup for disappointment. Quite to the contrary. Hope is crucial, and one problem at a time is the best way to approach it. I've already beaten myself up over what I've done, and I don't need a reminder. I'm not here to add to your guilt or to make you feel worse about your situation, but to help you find a way out of this cycle of guilt and shame. I need more time to think about this. He smiles. It's not that complicated, really. Alright, yes, I believe it's possible for me to get better. You say the words, not even sure if you're telling the truth. Something strange happens. By saying it out loud, you realize you haven't even considered it may be possible to get better. For a very long time. You're even considering if it's possible. But if you're even considering if it's possible, doesn't that mean you do believe it is possible? There may be a 1 in a million chance I'll get better. Willpower gained, it's possible. Piece together your resolve one stubborn loop at a time. Willpower? It's a new thing. Unlike inspiration, willpower is permanent. It's not spent but committed. Once it is assigned, attention is complete, the willpower point is refunded, ready to use again. Also note that available inspiration will always be used before willpower. Ooh, okay. That's great to hear, Mr. Harrow. Change won't happen overnight, but with determination and hope, you can make progress. As we continue our sessions, we'll work on replacing that reflex to hide and ignore things with a new one, to stop, and to look clearly at what you've been carrying. Your willingness to address these issues is a significant step towards personal growth and well-being. He glances at the clock as always.
All right then. That's it for today. You should go and check in at the office. Your room is probably ready by now.
Okay. Well, we got some permanent willpower. Once the sparks of inspiration have flickered out, the steady ember of your resolve remains. It glows until the work is done, then it returns to you, still warm and bright. Okay. Well, with all of that... Actually, wait a second. Is there anything else I need to do in here for the instant? Nope. Okay. With all of that, I'm going to end the episode there. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.